They say love is blind, but maybe love simply sees what it wants to see. How can you tell if a woman truly loves you or if she's just afraid of being alone? If you've ever found yourself lying awake at 2 a.m. wondering, does she really love me? This video is for you. They say love is blind, but maybe it's not blind. Maybe it's just selective in what it wants to see. Let me ask you this. How do you know when a woman's love is real? I'm not talking about cozy movie nights or cute birthday cards. Not the kind of affection that can be replaced with a warm blanket and a Pinterest quote. I'm talking about the kind of love that rearranges her emotional world, and she doesn't even realize it. The kind that shifts her deep down without fireworks or grand displays. Here's the truth most people won't say out loud. Real love hides in the cracks, in her hesitation, in what she doesn't say, in where her eyes linger when she thinks you're not watching. You won't find it in candlelight dinners or fancy Instagram moments. You'll find it when she stops performing and simply stays. A 2018 study from UC found that when couples talk, their brain waves begin to sync unconsciously. That's not just poetry, it's neuroscience. Your presence literally recalibrates her mind. And yet, here you are, scrolling through forums at 2 a.m., asking, does she love me? Or is she just afraid of being alone? Let's fix that. In this video, I'll show you 7 raw, undeniable signs that she's not just drawn to you, she's deeply, emotionally connected. Beyond surface level attraction. No fluff, no fairy tales, just the real stuff, even when it's messy. Especially when it's messy. And if you're tired of shallow dating advice, if you're ready to go deep, pay close attention. I've also created a private, unfiltered video to reel for public sharing. No edits, no fluff, just the truth. Link in the description or pinned comment. Only the ones who get it will find it. Let's begin. Sign number 1. She challenges you like her life depends on it. Sounds strange. Let me show you why that may be the clearest sign of love there is. We uncovered a truth. If you dare to admit that when a woman loves you deeply, she doesn't just fall for your light. She enters your darkness, and that terrifies a dog. When she falls hard, not just for your charm, but for your entire being. She's handing you something more dangerous than her heart. She's giving you access to her rawest, most vulnerable self, and if she senses you might fumble that, panic sets in. This isn't drama, it's survival. She's not lashing out at you. She's fighting for a version of herself that only you awaken. It's chaotic, it's messy, it defies logic, but it's real. Philosopher Søren Kierkegaard once said, the greatest danger of all, losing oneself, happens quietly, as if it were nothing at all. Let that sink in. Her outburst is not the issue. Her fear is. She's terrified of disappearing into you. That's the paradox. The woman who loves you the most might be the hardest to love back, because to surrender to you means tearing down walls she's spent a lifetime building to protect herself. Every fight, every misread goodnight text, every emotional outburst isn't an attack. It's her soul whispering, please, don't make me regret this. Sign number 2, she reveals her ugly. Without apology, there comes a moment in every real relationship that no one prepares you for. It's not about no makeup or messy hair. It's deeper. It's the moment she reveals the unedited parts of herself, the wounds she's never shown because she was scared they'd send someone running. But something shifts when she truly loves you. The performance stops, not because she sees you as a friend, but because something primal in her says, he can carry this. And it doesn't always happen dramatically. Maybe while chopping vegetables. She tells you about the year her mom got sick, or in the dark, her head on your chest. She finally confesses a shame she's carried since she was 16, or maybe mid-laughter. A memory hits, and suddenly she falls silent. In that silence, her deepest fear is this, that you'll freeze, that you'll see her differently, that you'll quietly pull away. But the truth is, she doesn't want you to leave. She wants you to stay. And yes, she's also testing if you can. Love isn't just about admiration. It's about witnessing. We are all mosaics. Half beauty, How fractured. Real love begins when the curation ends. When someone hands you their raw footage and whispers, "This is me." We saw what it means for a woman to show you her rawest truths. Now, let's talk about what it means when she stays, not because you're perfect, but because you're still becoming. The most sacred response in love? She doesn't look away. Let's say you're mid-transformation. Your dreams are still blurry. Your old wounds still sting. Your bad habits aren't gone. They're just on parole. And yet, she's there. Not out of pity, not out of convenience, but because she sees the quiet work you're doing beneath the surface. That is love in its purest form. She's not waiting for you to arrive. She's invested in your becoming. Support says, "I believe in what you'll become." Love says, "I believe in you, even while you're still figuring it out." That's the rarest form of intimacy, loving someone during their chrysalis phase. Not their polished moment, but their sweat, their stumbles, and their struggle. These signs aren't checklists. They're patterns, only visible when love isn't just felt, but lived. If you see them, you're not just wanted, you're woven in. She loves the man you are, even while you're becoming the man you're meant to be. She doesn't love you despite your growth. She loves you within it. When you're broken, she doesn't hand you a script. She gives you a mirror and says, "I see you." When you're lost, she doesn't reroute your life. She sits beside you and says, "The road matters too." When you're ashamed, she doesn't sugarcoat your pain. She kneels down with you in the dirt and says, "This is still sacred ground. This isn't romance, it's radical acceptance." The world loves the hero. She loves the human, the one who forgets to text, the one who snaps sometimes, the one who quietly doubts himself. Her love isn't a spotlight, it's a lantern carried beside you in the dark. So if you find her, the woman who loves your becoming as deeply as your being, don't mistake her for a safe place. She's the storm, she's the shelter, she's the question, she's the answer. Real love doesn't say, "I'll wait for you to change." It says, "I'll love you through it." And that is the only love worth measuring. This isn't just content, it's a crossroads. If these words landed somewhere deeper, if they echoed in a place that cares more about wisdom than performance, then this is your invitation. We explored how a woman who truly loves you will stay, not for who you are yet, but for who you're becoming. Now, we step into a deeper chamber, one reserved for men who no longer chase control, but chase self-mastery. This is not for everyone. It's for the man who desires power not through domination, but through discipline. It's for those who seek purpose sharper than fame or money, for those who dare to choose depth in a world that rewards surface. Here, we don't just talk about women, we dissect the self. We ask, how do you stay rooted when life tries to rip you out of the ground? How do you build a soul that doesn't shatter under pressure? If this hits you somewhere deep in the bone, if you're tired of performative masculinity and hungry for something real, then the link below is your open door. If you're not ready, let this linger, because one day you'll meet a woman who shows you these signs, and you'll finally understand why real love feels like recognition. Until then, stop scrolling, start building. The door is open, but only you know if you belong inside. That's what she's doing when she shows you her unholy parts. She's gambling with your perception of her. She's silently asking, if you love me in the light, will you still recognize me in the shadows? Sign number 3, she remembers what you forgot. Not just birthdays, not just favorite foods, but the throwaway moments, the ones you didn't even realize mattered. You once said, most people listen to reply, some listen to critique. But when a woman loves you, she listens to archive. Like when you mentioned your dad's Sunday ritual, windows down, Springsteen blaring. Then months later, you hop into her car and the exact scene plays out. No big announcement. No look what I did. Just quiet proof I was paying attention. Real love doesn't collect trivia. It gathers your essence. She notices how your tone shifts after a hard call. She remembers your childhood dog's name as if it were sacred. She doesn't just know how you take your coffee, She knows why. Because your grandfather did. And tradition is your secret love language. In a world that forgets mid-text, deliberate remembrance is rebellion. Love, at its core, is attention. And attention is the rarest form of presence. When she resurrects memories you thought time had buried, it's not just thoughtful, it's holy. She's not just hearing you, she's studying you, and that is a choice. Sign number 4. She disrupts your comfort. She's not doing it to tear you down. She's doing it because she sees something in you, something you've learned to ignore. She'll call out your excuses. She'll reject the limiting stories you've told yourself. She'll push you to your edges, even if it frustrates you in the moment, even if you resent her for it. But this isn't criticism, it's conviction. She challenges you because she sees you, not the version you've settled for, but the version fear made you forget was possible. And here lies the paradox: the woman worth holding onto won't let you stay small, even if it means risking your temporary comfort, even if it means being the one who makes you uncomfortable. Love isn't always peace. Sometimes love is pressure, the kind that turns coal into diamonds. Sign number 5. She guards your reputation in your absence. Imagine this: you're not there, but someone brings up your name in a conversation. What happens next? If a woman truly loves you, her loyalty isn't performative, it's instinctual. She doesn't just like you, she advocates for you. Maybe she gently corrects someone's misjudgment. Maybe she silences a snide remark with one glance. Or maybe she just smiles in that way that says, "You don't know him like I do." This isn't blind loyalty. It's bearing witness to your full humanity, even when you fall short. She defends not your perfection, but your process. Here's a powerful test. How does she speak about you when you're not there to praise her for it? True love lives in the shadows, in the unglamorous, unseen moments. The way she quiets gossip, the pride in her tone when she tells someone he's the kind of man who, followed by a story you forgot you even told her. One man once overheard his girlfriend at a party. Someone dismissed his career, said he could do better. She didn't laugh awkwardly. She didn't stay quiet. She simply replied, "You're looking at the surface. I see the foundation he's laying." That's love in its purest form. Not just enjoying who you are now, but fiercely protecting who you're still becoming. Because here's the truth: infatuation enjoys you. Love protects you, especially when you're not looking. If she's your safe harbor, even in rooms you'll never enter, that's not just affection. That's a soul-deep endorsement of who you are at your core. Sign number 6. She weaves you into the days she hasn't lived yet. Not in dreamy declarations like "let's buy a villa in Spain someday." Not in grand fantasies, but in those unconscious, offhand remarks: "We should try that new restaurant this winter." Or while rearranging her bookshelf she laughs, "You'd probably hate how I organized this." She's not writing vows. She's practicing your presence in a life that hasn't happened yet. And the most honest part? She doesn't even know she's doing it. Love isn't about certainty. It's about inclination. The way her heart leans toward yours without thinking. The way her instincts begin to include you, even when she's alone. When she buys your favorite coffee beans, just in case. When she debates paint colors and wonders, what would feel like us? That's not dependence. That's her subconscious quietly building a home where you belong. This isn't, "I need you to exist." It's, "The story I'm writing feels more true with you in it." And that is one of the clearest signs of a love that's not forced, but felt deeply and freely. Sign number 7. She loves the draft version of you. She doesn't wait for your income to stabilize. She doesn't need you to have it all together. She doesn't ask for polished confidence. She loves your unfinished pages, your messy middle chapters. While the world evaluates you based on your results, she values your effort. While others show up once you shine, she's the one sitting with you before the fire is even lit. She doesn't love you in spite of your shortcomings. She loves you within them. Sometimes you doubt yourself. You feel lost, behind, unsure. She stays, not because you've arrived, but because she believes in the direction you're going. She's patient, not because you're perfect, but because her heart recognizes the parts of you that are still becoming. Real love doesn't celebrate the destination. It walks beside you while you're still building the map. If you find someone who loves you're in progress, who believes in you while you're still becoming, hold on to her, because in a world that only wants the polished product, vary. If you dare to love what's still under construction. So there you have it. 7 signs. 7 sacred signals that she doesn't just like you. She sees you. She chooses you. She stays. She doesn't arrive to decorate your life. She arrives to help you remember the parts you forgot were valuable. She doesn't love an outcome. She loves the becoming. And if you've ever wondered, scrolling late at night, does she love me? Really? Now you know. Let me ask you this. Which sign hit the deepest for you? Leave it in the comments. I'll read every word. Thank you for staying until the end. And remember, the woman who loves your draft deserves to be there when you finally publish the masterpiece. So, what's the deeper meaning behind all of this? Real love isn't loud. It doesn't need a spotlight. It isn't found in rehearsed vows or grand gestures. Real love is quiet presence. It's how she sees you when you're not trying to be seen. How she stays when you're still learning how to stand. She doesn't wait until you're successful. She loves you in your becoming when the map is still unfinished and the path unclear. That is rare. That is brave. That is sacred. And if you've been lucky enough to meet someone like that, don't let her wonder if you knew what you had. This video wasn't just to help you recognize the signs. It's to help you become the kind of man worthy of that kind of love. Because love this real doesn't just ask for a heart. It asks for character, to see it, to honor it, and to hold it. Drop a comment. Have you ever experienced a love like this? Or are you still searching? I'll read everyone. Thank you for staying until the end. And if this stirred something in you, remember, the one who loved your draft version deserves to be there when you become the masterpiece